As an organization, maybe not communicating the right way.
This was something that had been brewing for recent months.
I said Stefon Diggs didn't want to be there.
There were enough hints about Stefon Diggs being unhappy in Buffalo.
When you say we got a problem, it's even a bigger problem.
Are we better today? Probably not.
I think Buffalo, this is the right move for the Bills.
We saw some sideline incidents with Stefon Diggs and Josh Allen.
I'm confident in the guys we have on the roster.
He lost belief in the franchise.
This relationship had run its course.
He should be thankful because the Buffalo Bills sent him to a really, really good situation.
He has catapulted them, I believe now, to the very top of the South. This organization, it is going straight up.
Imagine what C.J. Stroud is going to look like now. Look out for the Houston Texans.
Good day. What's going on, everyone? Welcome into First Take. Thank you for being with us. This is a special day because Stephen A. and I are in the same studio. Up high. Up high. Don't leave your girl hanging. There we go. I mean, it's been like months.
How was your vacation,
Hi,
Molly?
Kimberly. Hi, Damian.
How was your vacation?
How was your vacation?
I mean,
let's catch up. Where were you? What happened?
You don't need to know where I was. You know, I mean,
did you have a good time? You got a little tan.
I had a very nice time.
I see you got a little tan.
Nice time. I mean, ain't no doubt about that.
Yep.
But you know, I didn't leave the country.
Oh,
you did. How you doing? How was your time?
Way to put my business.
I didn't say where.
Really?
I didn't say where.
Yeah.
I just said you left the country. There's a whole bunch of places you could go. Did you have a good time?
I did. I had an incredible time.
All right. So you rested.
It was all good.
You're rested. You're
very well rested.
I'm very well rested.
Okay.
I'm really excited about my UConn Huskies, both the men and women. It's going to be tough for the women. Caitlin Clark, your girl. That's going to be a tough one on Friday.
Paige Beckers ain't no slouch.
No, she isn't. But there's a lot of injuries on UConn's team.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that goes. The men, but as for the men, it's theirs to lose. All right. Damian, Kimberly, great to see you guys. Looking amazing as always. Wendy's going to be here as well. Monica McNutt, Austin Rivers stopping by. We'll get into NBA in just a bit. But guys, let's start with that blockbuster trade. What is the deal? H-Town stepping up. So after a tumultuous season where relationships appeared fractured, the Buffalo Bills traded four-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Stefon Diggs yesterday to the Houston Texans for draft pick compensation. Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud, will have no shortage of weapons in 2024, and he was so fun to watch last season. The high-powered Texans offense, which ranked 7th in passing yards last season, got even more explosive with the acquisition of Diggs, who looks to be paired with Nico Collins and Tank Dell on the outside, Joe Mixon coming out of the backfield. Damian Woody. I mean, it was already fireworks with C.J. Stroud, taking the league by storm. How big is this trade for Houston?
It's adding more to what already was a potent Houston Texans team. I mean, think about where the Houston Texans were 2 years ago. The Houston Texans were a laughingstock in the National Football League, just from the top down. The clown coach are there. Then you bring in DeMeco Ryans. Obviously, you draft C.J. Stroud. And the year they had last year where they go, what was it, 10-7?
Yeah.
They win the home playoff game against the Cleveland Browns. And now they continue the momentum that they've drawn off of 2023. You go out here and you add all the pieces that they've added in the offseason, trading for Joe Mixon. You going out here, you get Danielle Hunter. And now you go out and you trade for Stefon Diggs, still a premier wide receiver in the National Football League. And the beauty of this whole trade for the Houston Texans, see, this is different from when Stefon Diggs went to Buffalo with Josh Allen, because Josh Allen, they needed a number one to help bring the most out of Josh Allen. Josh Allen was still a very raw quarterback coming out of University of Montana. That's not the case with C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud had arguably the best rookie quarterback season in NFL history. This dude is already the one. He is what the young people say. He's Himothy. He's that guy. Okay. Oh. So yeah, bring a little. The kids taught me that. The kids taught me that. You know what I mean?
I definitely didn't know that.
Yeah. So now adding him into the mix, he doesn't have to be the number one guy.
Yeah.
Nico Collins is that dude. Down there. Now you got two guys on the perimeter. Adding Tank Dell coming off the injury.
Yep.
This is the top 3 team in the AFC, in my opinion. They're only going. They're in my opinion.
Obviously, Kansas City.
Kansas City. I'm gonna throw Baltimore in the mix.
Okay, of course.
And then I'm putting the Houston Texans there. We talked about on my first lady talked about on Get Up this morning how the Houston Texans last year. They went into Cincinnati, and he beat Joe Burrow head-to-head in Cincinnati. So, in my opinion, the Houston Texans are a top 3 team. They're one of the top teams in the AFC. They're knocking on the door.
Wow.
They're knocking on the door in 2024.
So to take it a step further.
Knocking on the door 2024. Sorry. I mean, we just had to give the bar a moment. Go ahead, Kimberly.
So taking it a step further, before the Stefon Diggs trade, I thought Houston, clear Super Bowl contender. After the Stefon Diggs trade, still feel the same way. You know why? Because they already won the South last year. Yeah, the AFC South, all the other teams, Titans, Colts, they've improved. The Texans have the Offensive Rookie of the Year. And to your point, Damian, you're looking very nice today, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. You know.
They've upgraded this roster in free agency. I'm just trying to butter him up for later.
No, I know I'm good.
Oh, boy.
But to me, it's clear. When you talk about who are the best quarterbacks in the NFL, forget AFC. C.J. Stroud, he's in that conversation.
Absolutely.
So for me, it's clear this was a team that could easily win a Super Bowl.
You know, y'all are not necessarily wrong, but you got to tell the whole picture. First of all, Kimberly, they're not in the same situation they were in. They were a Super Bowl contender before, and now they're a Super Bowl contender, so not much has changed. Oh, a lot has changed. Stefon Diggs being there, a lot has changed. The question is whether it's going to be for better or worse.
What?
It depends on which Stefon Diggs shows up. Because remember, he's been problematic, particularly in Buffalo. They didn't get rid of this brother because of his skills. It ain't lacking. They didn't get rid of this brother because he can't produce.
1,000-yard seasons.
You went first 6 games, you're averaging 103 receiving yards per game. The last 11 games, you averaged 51. 16 touchdown passes Josh Allen has thrown over the last 3 seasons. Not a single one of them has been to Stefon Diggs. I came on the air over the summertime and reported the brother wanted out. You understand what I'm saying? And he tried to deny this. I don't give a damn what you deny. You know what you've been telling people, and you know Stephen A. gonna hear about that. Okay, the brother wanted out of Buffalo, which we understand. And so you depart from there after departing from Minnesota, because rightfully so, you were that dude, and they tried to act like Adam Thielen was that dude. You should have wanted out of there. But then you turn around and you go to Buffalo, and the window of opportunity that you felt was available to you, you also felt had slipped away. Which was one of the reasons after you lost to Cincinnati. That was the scuttlebutt. That's what they were talking about. He feels they had lost their window of opportunity, all right? And so now you have to go through this past season. You dropped that short touchdown pass against Kansas City, which could have changed things. That's on you. Yeah. That's not on them. But nevertheless, still in all, it got to a point, Louis Riddick even pointed out, there were times it looked like they weren't even trying to get him the ball. Okay, it was time they looked.
Sometimes you just need to change the scenery.
Right, without question. Okay,
sometimes the grass is greener.
I would know. Sometimes the grass is greener.
But here's the point.
Hold up, 1 second. What is scuttlebutt?
I don't have time to.
Look
it up in the dictionary.
He's cooking. He's simmering because you're not cooking all the way. Because I do understand your point about what Stefon Diggs are they going to get, because we talked about this on Get Up. Everybody has exes, right? Everybody goes into the new relationship. So what happened in the past? Ah, man, she was nagging me. She was always, oh, girl, what happened? He no good, man.
Well, those are girls and boys.
I'm enjoying this, but you let her finish.
But again, everybody has exes, and everybody has their own narrative about what ruined that relationship. The people you have to be careful of are the ones who always say, oh, it was them. It wasn't me. I was I was trying to give all my love, but it was them. And that, to your point about which Stefon Diggs is going to show up in Houston, I would love to see him try to be all like looking at C.J. Stroud like that. He better not do that. I don't think he will.
He's a vet. He's a vet. Don't you think he's kind of more?
Well, first of all, we talk about, I'll bring up something Stephen A. talked about, how he was acting out in Buffalo. Now he's been traded to Houston.
That's right.
Houston's a little different.
Houston's a little different than Buffalo.
Okay.
There's a lot to cheer about.
I shouldn't even have to get into all the extracurriculars that go on down
there.
As Sammy Sosa said, Houston has been very, very good to me.
He's gonna have good weather.
Yeah, that's it, Molly. He's gonna have good weather.
Food.
That's the narrative.
That's the narrative. He's gonna be happier.
The brothers and sisters know Houston.
There's a reason why James Harden kept trying to run back to Houston.
It's a marvelous town. It's a marvelous
town. But here's the thing, in all seriousness,
yes,
the issue was in Minnesota, it's like, oh, get him a real quarterback. Get him a guy that's a dog. Like, he was throwing the ball. He had that in Buffalo. and he was getting those receptions. He was getting targets. Stefon Diggs was getting the ball was being thrown to him. There were times where it wasn't, but overall, when you look at the season,
but the last 11 games,
well, they were the most productive tandem.
The last 11
in the
weeks,
NFL.
the last 11 weeks, it was a precipitous drop-off. But allow me to get back to your analogy. You are absolutely right with X's as it pertains to boys and girls, but men and ladies know when to absorb a level of culpability and responsibility.
Accountability, that's all.
So we're about to find that out when it comes to Stefon Diggs in Houston.
And some people only have love.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, they only have love for the person and good things to say. So that's another narrative.
Well, that's
Really?
growth.
You sure about
that's
that?
growth.
You sure about that? Sure
That
about
is growth.
Sure about that?
Some
Okay,
people
okay.
just aren't.
I mean, that's extra level right there.
Are we getting into relationships?
I have
No,
no
I'm
idea.
just saying you're
I have
giving
no
all the
idea.
narratives after.
I have
It
no
could be
idea. You know what I'm
positive.
saying?
all
But
love.
if you need it, let me know. The point that I'm trying to make is this: at the end of the day, what it comes down to is this: you Stefon Diggs, you go to Houston, you got Nico Collins, you know, you got Tank Dell, you got Schultz, okay, you got C.J. Stroud, and then think about this: they're the first team in NFL history that added a 100-plus catcher in Stefon Diggs, 1,000-yard rusher in Joe Mixon, and a 10-plus sacks in Daniel Hunter.
Yes.
So I'm saying when you look at it from that perspective, no NFL team has done that. We saw them get blitzed by Baltimore, so we can't give them the edge over that. We know we can't.